Bringing people and communities together on civilised.org.
Your listening station. Step into the spotlight with me, Lucy, every Wednesday between 6 and 7 p.m. on Seclo Sounds. I'll have new music, the latest entertainment news, and interviews with local bands. If you're in a band, or if you have music that you think I should be playing, I'd love to hear from you. Email me, lucy@seclosounds.org, and join me every Wednesday from 6 till 7 for Spotlight on Seclo Sounds.
You're listening to the John Guinn Travel Show on civilised.org. Still to come, as always, travel news, but at the moment I'm talking about travelling by train, and I'm going through some websites that you can use to book travel in various countries around the world by train instead of flying. Just so you can take in a bit more of the local atmosphere, have a better look at the scenery, and of course the people. Now, India is the home to the world's largest railway system. The website you can use, there's two. The first one is India Rail, which is www.india-rail.com. And India Rail is a travel agency, so it does concentrate on rail packages, but it is a good website to use for ideas about travelling around the country. And there's Indian Railways, which is www.indianrail.gov.in, and Indian Railways carries over 11 million passengers each day. And this website provides timetables, availability and fares for up to 3 months in advance. It also covers the various passes that are available to foreign travellers. But to book online, you need to visit another website, which is www.irctc.co.in. Close to home again, in Italy, Trenitalia, www.trenitalia, which is trenitalia.com. Most of the website, when I last looked, was just in Italian, but the search functions are in English if you need to search, but you can't get much other information than that. And from this website you can book intercity, local or international journeys. Now, a country I always think about when I come to travelling by rail, and that's Japan. The national rail network is split into 6 different regional companies, and passengers may travel across several regional companies without having to change trains and without having to purchase separate tickets, although the numbers of trains that do run between the regions has reduced over the years. The companies are the Central Japan Railway Company, english.jr-central.co.jp, and this network is based on the Chibu region of central Japan. There's the East Japan Rail Company, www.jreast.co.jp, and you go /e/ you get it in English. This covers the Greater Tokyo area, the Tokyo region and surrounding areas. Now, of course, with me pronouncing the words, it could mean anything. The Hokkaido Railway Company, www.jrhokkaido.co.japan/global, is based around the Hokkaido, the second largest island in Japan. The Kyushu Railway Company, www.jrkyushu.co.jp/English, operates interrail services in Kyushu, the third largest island in Japan. The Shikoku Railway, the rail company, jr-shikoku.co.japan/global/en, the island of Shikoku, however you pronounce that. And the West Japan Rail Company, www.westjr.co.jp/English, and operates in the western Honshu. But you're best off looking at the websites than relying on me pronouncing any of these places. Closer to home again, there's Spain, www.renfe.com/en. This is the Spanish state-owned railway network. Not every information page has an English version, but the website for the overnight services in Spain is www.elipsos.com/en. And USA, a couple are here for you. Alaska Railroad, www.alaskarailroad.com. The last full-service train service in the USA, it uniquely carries both freight and passengers throughout its system. It doesn't cover the whole state of Alaska, but it does connect Alaska's two largest cities, Anchorage and Fairbanks. And it does go to a national park, which is home to the tallest mountain in North America, the Denali National Park. And of course, one you've probably heard of, Amtrak.com, the US National Rail Network. When buying a ticket, the delivery option is available to addresses in continental USA, Alaska, Hawaii and Canada. The other option is to use QuickTrack, which is Amtrak self-service ticketing kiosk, but unfortunately these kiosks are not available at every station, so DIY travel on Amtrak could get a little bit tricky.
Hello, I'm Mike Barry.
And I'm Bob Bluffield.
And together with Alan Mullion, we bring you The Grumpy Old Men on Saturday morning between 8 and 10. We take a look back at what's been happening during the week and let's just say discuss it.
Oh yes, we do play some good music as well. That's all here every Saturday morning between 8 and 10 on Seclo Sounds.
You can make comments about the show at facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show. Now coming to the end of my feature on travelling by train. Some of you probably noticed that I haven't covered metro systems, city undergrounds, that sort of thing. They'll have to wait for another week because I can't fit everything into 1 week's show. But I'm going to conclude with some miscellaneous websites which are going to help you plan to travel by train. And the first one is an American website, www.ricksteves.com/rail/menu.htm. And Steves is spelt Steves. It's American, as I mentioned, so the booking options may not be used to you, but it does have a lot of information on how to get rail travel passes across Europe and the types of tickets you have available. So if you're not sure what you need, this site can help you plan your trip even without actually doing the booking itself. www.interrailnet.com. Interrail passes allow you to travel in 29 European countries and Morocco. This massive area is divided into 8 zones, and passes can be used for 1, 2 or all the zones, and they're valid for 16 days, 22 days or a month. But there may be some added supplements for some intercity or high-speed routes. Eurodomino Pass, europeanrailguide.com/Europasses/Eurodomino_pass.html is another type of rail pass. It is used for travelling in one country and is valid for 3 to 8 days, which can be spread over a month. There are trains on which supplements have to be paid, and the website has information on various rail passes. www.raileurope.co.uk. Rail Europe is the UK arm of the French train service SNCF, and the website is useful for planning trips, which is major city to city across Europe. But it does offer some local train journeys in Europe as well as rail passes. Thalys International provides passenger rail transport services on behalf of Belgium, France and Dutch railways to Paris, Brussels, Amsterdam and Cologne, and it's www.thalys.com. And probably the most well-known website for booking rail travel, or planning rail travel, is the man in Seat 61, which is www.seat61.com. And this site was put together by a former British rail station manager. It aims to help travellers who want to travel by train or by ferry but don't know how to go about it. It only supplies information. You cannot book tickets, but you can book if you follow various links to commercial websites, which funds Seat 61. Some may find that the information shown on each page is overwhelming and the text is quite small, so you may need to adjust your web browser settings to be able to read it. So if you've travelled across Europe or across the world or across a vast country by rail, how did you go about it? How did it go? Did it match your expectations? Would you do it again? Let me know. Facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show. And now, travel news. After a rise in crime in the Bahamas, violent crimes and armed robberies, which I don't know the difference between the two, the Foreign and Commonwealth Office has urged travellers there to be vigilant at all times. The FCO's updated travel advisory said, "There have been incidents of violent crime, including robbery, which is often armed and sometimes fatal, in the residential and tourist areas of New Province, Grand Bahama and Freeport." It went on, "The number of break-ins and robbery incidents reported to the High Commission has increased, and there are police patrols in the main tourist areas." It also said, "Be vigilant at all times and don't walk alone away from the main hotels, tourist areas, beaches and downtown Nassau, particularly after dark. Also, you should take care if travelling on local bus services after dusks on routes away from the main tourist areas, and do not carry large amounts of cash or jewellery." Finally, it said that robbers may be armed. Do not resist in the event of an attempt robbery. If you need the police in an emergency, call 911 or 919. Nassau is a popular destination on cruise itineraries from Florida, and during 2013, 24,000 Britons visited the island. Now, I'm not sure if this is a good news story or a bad news story, as it was about the number of complaints that ABTA handled during 2014. Last year's ABTA's customer support department handled more than 1,275 cases and 16,000 telephone inquiries to help consumers resolve disputes with ABTA members. This led to most problems being resolved, although 349 customers pursued complaints through the association's arbitration service. These figures emerged as part of ABTA's review of member services for the year to May the 1st. Guidance notes on ABTA.com detailing various legal, commercial and legislative, that's easy for some people to say, issues were accessed 2,368 times by members. A total of 175 members use an ABTA-ATOL joint administration service over the last 12 months, up from 116 when the initiative was first launched. ABTA claims it can deliver significant cost savings versus applying for a licence via other routes by not passing any admin costs on to members, so that should encourage them to use the service if they have a customer with a complaint. The ABTA Chief Executive Mark Tanzir said, "We take great pride in supporting our members and helping them through regulatory changes and travel crises, as well as providing day-to-day business support. Are you somebody who's had to use ABTA to sort out a complaint you've had with one of their members? How did it go? What did you think of the service? Let me know. Facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show.
Seclo Sounds is based at the Old Rectory, the home of our studio partner Interaction MK. They've been bringing arts to life in Milton Keynes for over 35 years. They use the arts to improve the life chances of disabled people and others in challenging circumstances through shared creative activity. These programs help participants to develop creative, personal and social skills. You can visit them at www.interactionmk.org.uk.
Perhaps this story could be featured on ABTA's list of complaints for 2015. It does seem like it's a bit like a remake of Carry On Abroad. Thompson has been criticised on social media by holidaymakers who turned up at a new 5-star hotel in Crete, only to find out it wasn't finished. Several tweeted that the Blue Lagoon Princess Hotel in Halidiki was a building site. They claimed they were told by a rep that the hotel wouldn't be finished for another week after they arrived on May the 4th. After hours of waiting around, some of the guests, including a couple on their honeymoon, were moved to other hotels in the area. Complaints about the Blue Lagoon include JCB diggers still on site, marble slates leaning against walls, no roof on the dining room, wires hanging from ceilings, rooms without doors, dust and dirt, and a pothole close to the children's playground. See, Carry On Abroad. One tweeted on the 5th of May, "This hotel should not have been opened. Anybody thinking of booking the Blue Lagoon Princess, avoid." The hotel received a rating of just 2.5 out of 5 on TripAdvisor, although some guests who arrived on the opening day said it quickly improved. One reassured those due to stay at the Blue Lagoon that the hotel improved 100% from day 2, and in the most part you would never know of the carnage the day before. Thompson issued a statement apologising to the guests who were the first to arrive on May the 4th, admitting they were impacted by the completion of the hotel. The spokesperson said, "As soon as we were made aware of the situation, our resort team worked closely with the hotel to arrange suitable alternative accommodation for the affected customers. We also offered a gesture of goodwill for the